Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is a 4-player commander match. I am taking out my Vorosh deck. Well, if it'll get to the point where the decks will load. Did somebody go AFK? Because it shouldn't be taking this long for you to click yes to going first or no to going first. So I'm going to pause until they come back. And it always happens. I go to pause it because somebody's taken so long, and then as soon as it's like seconds later they come back. But this is halfway decent, so I'm going to keep it. But like I said, my commander is Vorosh, the hunter. He is very good at killing opponents with commander damage. If you can protect him, he will just brutally mess up people's faces. Oh, centriplets, do not like playing against them. But at least there's 4 people, so I don't have to worry about getting controlled every single time. Xenagos, pain in the butt. Red and green. Uh-oh, somebody's gotten mana screwed. And Heliod, interesting. 2 god cards. And more waiting. Okay. That guy finally came back and passed. Allowed the Explorer's Scope to resolve. I mean, really, that was a lot of wasted time that I'm glad that I paused the recording for. It's one of the things I always worry about with these videos is all the dead space that might be putting you guys to sleep. Wow. Never seen anybody cast him on turn 1, or, at 1. But I guess, if you got nothing else to do. He can always make himself bigger with his ability, and he has a quick equipment to possibly help him accelerate his mana base. It's always one of the things that I have trouble with playing monocolored decks is getting enough mana. As if you're outside of green, you don't really have reliable land search. I mean, white has one really good land search. Well, white's gotten a few really good land search cards, but the best one that I've seen is Nomad Wayfinder. He's a 1 white, 1/1, pay 1 white and tap, search your library for a land card and put it into your hand. As long as your opponent has more lands than you do in play. So you trade that first turn initiative for guaranteed land search, and most of the time it'll come out in your favor. And I am just going to evoke the Muldrifter. And I have to discard, so I will go with Call of the Herd since it has flashback. And let's see, what can I do next turn on 3? I don't have anything on 3 at the moment. On 4, I could Bramble Crush, right unkicked, flashback the Call of the Herd, and then, you know, whatever card I draw on my turn. But I think what I'm gonna do, well, I have a full hand, and if I play the Rot Farm, I will have to discard again. I don't really want to do that. So, I guess just have to wait to see what I draw. That way I, because right now the speculation is based on just what I have. And it won't be all the information that I need. Because who knows what they play, who knows what I draw. I have to say, I really like this card. Mentor of the Meek is a really good card. And he's attacking Send Triplets, which I am perfectly okay with. Because Xenagos got mana... Well, I assume he got mana screwed because he had to mulligan down to 5, which really sucks. And unbeknownst to them, I really don't have a whole lot that I can do right now. And I still don't have a whole lot that I can do right now. So, I guess we will just go like that. Flashback for an elephant. And hopefully I'll get something I can play next turn. So that I can play the land and not have to discard. Or what would be really nice is if I could draw my Reliquary Tower. That'd be a really nice pull. Or my, Venser's Journal would be another good pull. Though the journal I wouldn't be able to play. What does he say? I'm still trying to remember to show you guys these cards. Control again. Wow. And then counter target spell with X in its mana cost. That indestructible ability is really nice. Let's see, whenever he and at least 2 other creatures attack. So to make sure that his ability doesn't go on stack, you have to kill him before the attack phase. Because as soon as he's declared as an attacker with, 2 other creatures, that ability goes on stack. So even if you kill him at that point, the other creatures are still indestructible. You have to attack with him to turn on the battalion. And he's going for Xenagos. Not really surprising, considering he just dropped Quicksilver Amulet, a card that I really like. I've always really liked this card. It's one of those cards that honestly, I've only ever put one in a deck. I've never really seen the point in putting more than one into a deck, but it was one of the first cards that I was able to get my hands on that enabled me to build my legendary deck. Because that was one of the very first things that I started doing when I first started playing Magic, was I started collecting legends. And at the time, you know, the way legends were is legend was a creature type, it wasn't a super type. Okay, 5 mana. Still don't have anything to do. Play the land. I could Bramble Crush the Quicksilver Amulet, which I should probably do. But he only has 3 cards. I mean, the odds are that he's not going to have really all that many very good cards in, giant creatures in his hand. But I could be wrong. He could have 3 absolutely brutal creatures in his hand, and all he needed was Quicksilver Amulet to use them. But I'm gonna gamble that he doesn't have, uber nasty creatures right now. I mean, he's probably gonna play something. Well, the standard tactic with Quicksilver Amulet is you wait until the end. For him, it would be the end of Sen's turn, so that you can then activate the amulet, get your creature in play, and then it becomes your turn and you untap everything and your creature is live. And Sen Triplets is on the field, which I do not like. But at the moment, the only thing I could do is take control of it. I can't kill it. Or I could copy it. I don't really want to copy it. Blasphemous act. Well done, sir. Well done. The choice really isn't that hard, dude. Either you're going to put it in the command zone or you're going to put it in the graveyard. Well, he finally made up his mind. Brave the Sands. Creatures you control have vigilance, and each creature you control can block an additional creature. That is a very nice enchantment. 2 mana. Jeez. Well, we've got Nath, so I can finally throw something out here. I think I'm going to have to go with the Vivid March since I don't have a blue at the moment. Oh, and what I just realized is, even with the March, I only had one blue. I can't play any of those cards. And the thing is that I don't really care if Nath lives or dies. He was just the card that enabled me to play the Rot Farm without having to discard a card. I mean, the longer he lives is the better for me, you know, more little guys, more discard, but, you know, if they kill him this turn, I don't really care. You know, he's not my win strategy, so it doesn't really matter to me. Also, something else that I discovered, which is pretty obvious looking at the card, but it's something that I didn't realize until it happened, was he says whenever an opponent discards a card. Okay? Initially, you know, just with this card, my mind automatically thought that it was only when Nath makes them discard. But any other card that makes them discard, if they have to discard at the end of their turn, you know, if it's a discard that's an additional cost to casting a spell, all of those things trigger Nath's elf making. So, you know, if you didn't realize that either, now you know. He's a lot better now that I know that than I ever thought he was. Because I always thought that it was just his ability. Oh, you know, you discard a card, now I get to make an elf. Woohoo, one elf. But if you throw him into a discard deck, not only do you make them discard, but you get a small army of elves on top of it. But when it comes back around to me, I'll have to wait to see what Xenagos does and Heliod does, so that I can decide which one of these guys I want to discard. Because at the moment, I'm thinking send triplets just because I really dislike that commander. You know, it's only a 1 in you know, there's 2 other players for him to pick, but anytime someone takes over your turn, you're not going to be happy. You know, you're going to be angry about it. And what is this? Soul of the Harvest. Good card. Green card draw. I mean, just a 6/6 trample for 6 isn't bad, but that ability is really good. I think I'm gonna go with triplets. I said always yes and always yield. Oh, each thing is a different effect. I'm an idiot. It's 2 separate effects that go on stack. Okay, throw that back out. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I will go with the staff. He's too big for me to ping, so I'm just going to pass. He's too big to ping. He's way too big to ping. Most likely I'm going to ping him, one of his... At the moment, he's the target for the ping. Because he's the only thing that it can kill that isn't mine. And the triplets are back. Sylvan Library is another card I wish I had for this deck. Well, for basically any of my green commander decks. I've never bothered to look up how much it's worth, but, you know, I imagine it's kind of an expensive card. And I have no money for Magic. But I have to say that's one of the things I really like about Magic Online is, you know, whatever you have ever spent into Magic Online, as long as you keep your account, these cards will always be there. Yeah, he's a 12/12 trample. Blocking 3 of it, is it really worth it? You know, something I've been thinking about is going back into a lot of my decks and taking out the ancient Ziggurats. Because most of the decks that I've put it into don't really have the amount of creatures that makes it very viable. I mean, like in this situation right here, you know, forgetting that I'm going to draw 2 cards on my next turn. What could I use Ancient Ziggurat for? Exactly one thing. Out of 6 cards that I could cast with another land that makes mana. And when does he become a creature? Less than 7. Does he become a creature? Less than 5. Fiend Hunter. Well, I guess. You know, it's one way to be a pain in his ass. Make him have to recast it at 2 extra mana. And, you know, a 1/3 blocker isn't too bad. Okay. I feel like Triplets is getting picked on quite a bit, but at the moment, he has the most cards. And that's really the only reason why I picked on him right there. have a feeling that they're really not gonna like me right now. Oh, thank you for discarding that. I've had some painful experiences on the business end of this. And Sen Triplets has conceded. So, minimize. There's nothing I can play. So, I'm going to go over and punch Xenagos with Nath. And that's something I should have done earlier, was auto-yield that. But, yeah. This is gonna hurt. 12. There's nothing I can do about that guy. So, let's see. What does he have? Balefire Dragon. Very good card. And Heliod just conceded. And gains haste. Yeah, that is really not good. Can I live through it? Let's see. 12/12 Dragon kills all of my creatures. Wait a minute. It doesn't give it trample, though. I might be able to pull through this. I could Rite of Replication his Balefire Dragon. Or I could steal his Balefire Dragon. So might as well throw out the land. And let's see what this does. Got 6, 7, 8, 9. So, this kicker, Balefire Dragon. I don't have anything I could use that with. So now, it comes down to, well, let's see here. Will it let me? No, it won't let me just say all of these tokens. So I'm gonna swing in with the tokens. He can block 2 of them, but he's gonna take 3. and that's perfectly alright by me. You can block. All I could do would be to stack one more damage onto your guy, and that won't kill him. So, 4 cards. He could pay, if he... Oh, well, that's the thing. It really depends on what he's looking at right now. I was going to say, he could pay the 8 life to get those cards if he needs them. But, unless they save him, he's gonna die. I've got 5 6/6 flyers. He can block 1 of them. Or, if he uses Xenagos' ability to boost the Balefire Dragon on his side, I have to block his dragon with 2 of mine. But let's see what he got. Indestructible. Okay. Well, if he attacks, he has to use that ability once on his turn, leaving him 2 mana for his turn. Oh, he's calling it. So, well, that was quick and fortuitous. It could have gotten kind of messy if he hadn't just quit right there. I honestly don't know if I would have won. I'll be honest. And I'm talking too long, so it decided to do that. So, I didn't think that was a very interesting match, but, it was quick. I won. If you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I'll see you in the next video.